Good morning, everyone, or whenever you see this. Hope you're having a lovely day. Today is May 24th, 2023, and I'm here to do a daily oracle message. But whenever you see this reading, it might resonate with you. And so, yeah, just take it if it does. So, I'm Kate Graham. I own the Heart's Frontier, which is a place where we explore what's on our hearts and also what is beyond them. Some of the work that is beyond our hearts is by connecting to our intuition and to our spiritual self. And so that is the bulk of what I do. Okay, let's get into this. I'm in a really cozy mode today. Part of that is just because I am starting to go to the gym again. And so I feel like being cozier allows my body to like restore itself because today won't be a gym day. So I'm being all like, how can I be nurturing? How can I just stretch and, you know, um, yeah, allow my body to get that like rest kind of feeling. Rest is so important for rebuilding. And I've been feeling a lot lately like we're just starting to take a bit of a shift. So we're taking a bit of a shift upward, going into higher gear. So you might notice yourself in certain ways stepping up into higher gear in your life or wanting to. And I'm wondering, do you have a plan for that? Do you have a way that this is going to happen? And one more in here. Okay, do you have a plan for how you're getting into higher gear? It's not enough to dream about it and to think about it, even though that's the perfect first step. So if you haven't really gotten clear on the vision, that may be why you don't know what's next. It's important to break down what it is you're looking for into smaller steps. Then it's much more likely that your brain is going to be able to wrap around it rather than something that feels so far away. If it feels so far away, what is one small thing you can do to curate that and manifest it, bring it forward? Even things that are seemingly out of our control, sometimes we do have an ability to step towards that, to manifest it, to create that scenario where it can walk in. So imagine you are waiting for someone to make a decision as it relates to something for work. You don't have an ability to control how they make decisions, but you have an ability to cue yourself up to accept and to receive the most positive outcome rather than being in a place of doubt. You can practice your sense of faith and belief in yourself. And as well, you have the ability to put good energy out towards that, to work in other ways towards supporting that goal, perhaps. Sometimes people are taking their time making a decision because they are waiting for more information. And so, what kind of information are you going to give them in that time? And are you at an energetic match, or are you vibrating with the same frequency of that goal, of that thing? So you might even create a vision board. I was hearing that a lot in my mind yesterday. Make a vision board, make a vision board. So probably sometime this week, maybe we'll get started on that. Lots of things I'd like to do before making a vision board, but that vision part is so important for what's going to come down later. Yes. So if you were totally protected and everything went just smoothly, if everything went exactly how it needed to go, what would you do in order to encourage the life that you truly desire and the things you truly desire? If you take a situation like a romantic situation, of course, we cannot control how other people feel and how other people act or react. But what we can do is become the most in love version of ourselves entirely on our own. And being in love with yourself really, really ups the certainty or the probability that someone who you meet is going to see that in you and then feel like they're a match for it. And you'll recognize that. Whereas if you're not in a place of self love, it is very difficult to discern whether other people actually truly do love you. So, focusing on your own feelings of love and self love allow you to then witness that match in another person. So, it's all about getting up to being a vibrational match to what it is you seek. You know, take the example of working out. In my mind, as I walk to the gym, I am extremely fit. When I get to the gym, I tell myself I am getting extremely fit. But on my way there, I'm getting myself in an energetic match and in a frequency that says, I'm the type of person who does this all the time. So this is a backstory. When I was living in the van, I couldn't have a gym membership. So I was still healthy. I have like a base level of fitness that I like to keep up, but I haven't been pressing and pushing myself in that physical way. I've been so craving it like all the time. When I was living in the van, that was what I wanted. But there was no gym that was like everywhere where I was going to be. And so it didn't really make sense to go and get a gym membership that I wasn't going to be able to use half the time. Because, half the time I would be pet sitting in some random spot, perhaps up north or what have you. So because of that, I really felt like held back. And then I kind of lost a bit of my mojo of how I see myself because actually my fitness or athleticism has always been a part of my life. Like it was a part of my childhood. And when I was really, really anxious, and when I had a lot of mental health things going on, like serious business, um, I found often that the fitness was like a hard thing to put in there. And likely it's because I wasn't valuing myself fully and because I was obviously greatly distracted. Every now and then, if I was in like a crisis state, my father would ask, "Hey, have you gone on a run lately? Have you gone and worked out?" And every single time, it always had this positive benefit because it's a true part of me. The same way doing art is a true part of me. And when I let go of that, I feel not like myself. And so, to tune into my true self, I needed to tune up and into this extra fit version of myself that is to come in the 3D, but I'm absolutely currently a vibrational match for. Does that make sense? Let me know if that's resonating with you. That actually believing and having almost having delusions of what your light self is going to have a much easier time. You're going to have a much easier time than matching that and seeing it through and getting to that frequency. Whereas if you start from an entirely, and I believe in stoicism, but if you entirely start from like a very analytical, self-critical, or rational mind saying, well, I'm not there, so I have to push myself harder. To be honest, that's not very motivating. And even though there is a sense of realism to that, most people who are putting them through it visualize themselves at a different place. And so, what if you just leaned into the light side of that, the positive side of that? I would argue that it is a lot easier to get to where you need to be. And this encourages your subconscious mind to follow suit. Your subconscious mind is like key, it's super key to all of the habits that you're building. So that's why I specialize in hypnotherapy. And I don't know if you have ever done hypnotherapy work before. You might have some kind of preconceived notions of what it might look like or what it might be. I don't make you do anything that would be like show or entertainment hypnosis. That is not my vibe at all. It's therapeutic hypnosis only over here, and getting to the roots and the core of why it is that you're doing the things that you're doing. So, prime example, when I was doing my hypnotherapy training, one of the sessions that I did for myself was about sugar and sugar addiction. And this is a really deeply entrenched one because it's also very difficult in the 3D realm to avoid these things. But I really wanted to explore where is the depth of the addiction part coming from? And the answer that I got was very surprising to me. The stories that came up from my childhood that related to it weren't the ones that I would have suspected. And the theme around all of them was that I felt like I was being toned down or soothed or quieted by being fed sugar, or being asked to eat sugar was a way to kind of keep me to the side. So it wasn't like an amplifying thing at all, which is funny because a lot of kids, they tend to get amplified when they eat sugar. And so all of these situations that came up were like toning yourself down. And then I started to notice when I was reaching for sugar, I was like, oh, I'm actually trying to quiet myself and tone myself down. That's not fair. The world deserves me at my lightest and brightest and fullest and most exuberant. No one is going to be overwhelmed by you at your best. If they are, they're not meant to stay in your life, and they're going to go travel their own path. Okay. So be unafraid of being full light. Oh, okay. Sanat Kumara, light activation. Isn't that the vibe? That's totally the vibe. It says, shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So those things that are coming into your mind, don't ignore them. It's time to just step up and be the vibrational match to them. Get light enough that your reality will match. You know it will. And in that way, it almost already does, right? Protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. I said this yesterday. This is really funny. I said this yesterday because someone was warning me, in a joking sense. They were warning me about getting involved with them doing healing work because they have such strong energy. And I'm an Aries, so I just don't get intimidated. That's just not a frequency that I use for myself. It's just not something that comes up into mind very often, intimidation. Um, but I said, I'm divinely protected. I'm seriously not worried about any type of quote unquote big energy. And so in that way, I also invite you to take that on for yourself. Maybe you're not an Aries, maybe you're not as bold as I am. Probably for the best. It'd be a little annoying if we all were, I think. But what if you said to yourself, there is nothing that I am unsafe from. There is everything that I am protected from. I am divinely protected. And in fact, if there's no risk at all, then what are you doing? Not chasing, running, and, jumping and leaping and dancing towards your dreams and towards these goals as well. It feels very goal focused today. Let me know in the comments. I would love to know, just state a goal that you're working on. There's lots of people who watch these videos who don't comment. And that's okay, because I also see the likes coming in and I'm so grateful. And the likes and comments and the subscribes, that's who I'm tuning into as the collective. It's like, who is going to watch this video? That's who I tune into. So you'll find more and more resonance the more that you comment. And I'm just so grateful that people are even watching these daily YouTube readings. It makes me, it makes me realize that, we're doing this all together. And so it's like self-realizing my own truth and my own goals supports you all self-realizing your own truth and your own goals. Oh, and that's so beautiful and exciting. It's just like, wow, we're all doing it. That's what I feel. We're all doing it. Okay, some other ways to help you get into this light frequency. Okay, music. Music is a great way to raise your frequency. I don't know if you've used music before specifically to do this, but I highly recommend you start building playlists that go along with each of your goals or areas of your goals, right? So I have like a specific business playlist that gets me in the vibe for really knowing my worth and receiving it. And then I also have playlists for working out and my fitness self. My fitness self is actually not as aggressive as my business femme self, which is kind of funny. But I have lots of different playlists now for different things, different reasons. I'd like to build a love manifestation playlist. I think that would be beautiful. Um, I have one for getting into feminine energy, and so whatever it is that you need, try curating a music playlist that's going to coincide with that. You can build to it over time. It's not something that's ever like done and finished, something that can be like an ongoing exploration. We also have listening. This is listening to angelic guidance. Okay. This is listening. See, she's listening to an angel. And she's like, "What have you to say?" And he actually doesn't look like he's saying much, which is kind of funny. But sometimes angels don't actually say too much, and they simply let you know what's next. They simply show you in the 3D realm. And so what I'm seeing is actually looking and listening to what you're seeing in the 3D realm that's hinting towards these big goals. So you might see synchronicities. You might notice yourself putting certain things in certain places because you're looking to like clean your house or something or reorganize, right? So you might start reorganizing and watch yourself kind of haphazardly do it and go, oh, okay, no, I need to be doing this. And you might also just notice, say you were focusing on weight loss, then you might notice yourself picking up different foods, different cravings. You might look at something and go, no, and go, well, why is that a no? Normally I like that food, right? There might just be intuitive impressions that you're receiving, but it could also be super external things like someone else having a conversation with someone else that you just happen to walk by. That kind of stuff happens to me, and I find it really funny. I'll walk by someone and they just happen to be having a conversation that I don't go and insert myself into, but it sits with me and it sticks with me for a reason. And so you might find that. You might find you're walking around at a bookshop and then you just notice this book that's like exactly the goal you were thinking of maybe going towards. That is telling you run towards it, leap towards it, dance towards it. It feels like a really, I just keep seeing like this leaping in the air and this dancing. If that's the way you could interact with your goals, you would be in this joy state, right? And I was talking about that yesterday, being in joy state. And so now today it's getting clear, getting some intentionality. This is intention, getting some intentionality on your goals because you are protected by angels. You are cherished by the angels. And so because of that, nothing's going to harm you. Get clear. Why not? Be brave. Get clear and very intentional on what it is you are looking to build and looking to create for yourself. And get a little bit bigger. Get a little bit, larger with your dreams. Get a little bit more bold, more daring. There's no sense in holding yourself back. I need to tell this to myself as well. It's an important thing. It's a really important thing to live your soul truth to its fullest, to its fullest. Let's get a divine abundance card for us today. Woo! Gratitude. Yes. Okay. So as soon as you are done, your intentionality and you are getting clear on the goals that you are actually looking, write it all out. This is a day for writing things out, making a list. Okay. So make a big list. Even if you've done this recently, make a big list, take a piece of paper, write down the things that you see in your dream life, say a year, 3 years from now, somewhere between a year and 3 years, and be bigger, dare to dream, because if you dream and you get to like, that's 100%, that would be the exact perfect life for me, and you get to 80% of those things, I guarantee you're not going to be upset by getting 80% of those goals. But you got to know them in order to work towards them. You got to know them in order to be able to break them into smaller chunks. And you might do a 1 year list, a 3 year list, a 5 year list if you're super extra like me and you like thinking about these things. I promise you, every time that I've stopped doing that, I've really slowed down the progress that I've made because you lose some intentionality by not actually having a clear focus. And it's not to stress you out, it's really to achieve your dreams and to be excited about this dream life that you very well may live. Gratitude. Gratitude is the next piece. So once you're done with all of this dreaming and thinking about the future, I want you to be very, very clear about how awesome your life currently is and how perfect it is that this current life is going to reach you right towards that dream life, because exactly how it's set up now is exactly how it needs to be. And how great it is that you have food on your table, and how great it is that you wake up every morning with a feeling of, I can do this. And how great it is that you have what you need. You have everything you need right now. And how beautiful is it that you have friends or that you have loved ones in your life? And how amazing is it that the sun continues to rise every single day? How beautiful is that? The sun continues to rise and set, it does both. It does it all, the sun. This says, fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. And think about a time in your life that was worse than right now. If you think about a time in your life that was worse than right now, and you think about, wow, I'm in such a different place than that time, that will help. Be very, very grateful, because this is how you build momentum. I'm so grateful for all these things. And you know what you could do to kind of blend these two practices, actually, some extra credit, extra homework. What you could do is you could say, these are all the things that I want and I'm manifesting and that I'm going to have in my life, right? And then here are all the things I'm so blessed to have, so happy to have, so grateful for currently. And then you could write a list of, I'm so grateful that my dream happened, right? So it's a manifestation technique. You could say, you know, like one simple one for me is, I crave having an animal companion. I know right now is not the appropriate time for me to take that on, but I'm so excited for when that's going to happen. So I'm so grateful that I have an animal companion in my life. They do this and this and this with me. I really enjoy watching them when we walk on trails together, whatever it is, however you're going to curate that. This is a current state, a current present state of mind. And that's how you can practice getting into a vibrational match and a vibrational frequency that that totally resonates with the dreams and goals that you have, right? So say you're trying to uh, you know, set a new PR in a deadlift. Okay. I need to practice deadlift form. That's not something I've probably done. I tend to do other things for fitness, but being at a gym, I'm like, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could do that. So say you want to set a new PR for your deadlift. Okay. So then you say, I am so strong. I am amazed that I just hit my new PR and I can lift X amount. Um, Lifting X amount is actually easy for me. I'm amazed at my body's ability to do this. I'm so grateful that I worked hard to get here, right? And so write about it as if it's a current state, and then you are in that current state. Does that make sense? So write about and maybe just jot down notes, because it kind of further cements it in your mind to write something down, even just on a scrap piece of paper, okay? Write down the goals that you have as if they are current state, present state, and then you will be in that present state. And then you actually are able to attract, magnetize, and draw that much closer. And if you think that there's some things getting in your way, absolutely come see me for a hypnotherapy session, or maybe even oracle guidance if that's something that appeals to you. I am going to come back, I think maybe later today. I kind of feel like going on later today. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Let's see. I'm going to check my calendar right now as I'm on with you all. And then I got to jet off to the office. It's a very sweet, very, very homey office. So it's not a boring office. Yeah, you know what? Okay, I've got plans tonight. So tomorrow evening, I will be back and we will do an oracle reading session live. So I will come back at 8 or 9 p.m., maybe 9 p.m. British time. So 9 p.m. British time will be 4 p.m. Eastern and 1 p.m. Pacific. So would love to see you all there. I love doing those live sessions, those live readings. And it's beautiful when people, like and comment or donate, PayPal donate to me, because it allows me to keep doing this stuff for free. It's nice to have a range of services, nice to have a range of things that people can do. but there's only so far that free healing advice will get you. Because you do need to invest in yourself. Honestly, I've seen this as true for most of my clients. You need to invest in yourself in order to bring things in to that same frequency. So if you're interested in empath energetics, round 5, I have one more pay what you can spot available. So I've been really open and flexible about how this round works, because in the past I've gotten everything that I've needed out of these groups, as far as, monetary, investment is concerned. And this group, this round seems particularly challenging because people are saying that finances are like the only reason that they're not taking the program, but then they're also just not choosing to invest in themselves. So pay what you can means that you are investing something that is reasonable for you and doable for you, and that it is some type of match with the energy that you're coming into the program with. And yeah, so we start Thursday, tomorrow, with the introductory section. So if you are thinking about it, maybe you haven't checked it out, go check the link below. If you haven't checked it out, this is my best, most epic program. And it is the last one that I will be running. At least like this. I think if I were to bring it back, it would be very, very different, and probably be training people or doing it in like a way larger way. And so it won't be as intimate, it won't be as focused, it won't be maybe as direct as this. So if you're interested in getting in on this round, I highly encourage you to reach out to me, maybe book a 15-minute call. I know I've got a few today and tomorrow with new potential folks coming in. So if you're looking to get that last spot or two, but the last pay what you can spot, then definitely reach out to me today. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Take care. And I would love to know, let me know what some of these goals are that you are working on below. Maybe I'll share some of my goals. Maybe you guys would like to see me go through those goals, over video. We'll see. We'll see. And I'll be back for an oracle review as well very soon, maybe today. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your day.